Hi.
Hey, it's me.
Oh, and we might just jump back in.
Mike.
Mike.
Hey,
Mike.
hey.
Mike.
Mike. All right.
Oof,
Are we back on?
my nose tickled. I wasn't doing like lines or anything.
Hey, guess what?
Hey,
Despite what you might think, it's important to point out that that happened earlier today, and so it's not that the internet doesn't want this show. Look, his hat.
I know, it's so good.
His hat is lean to your right.
yeah. I love it. It moves.
Oh, he's on fire. Oh, no.
All right, can you hear us? Are we there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
No, I know you can hear us. I'm at chat. Chat, can you hear us? Are we actually live?
No,
Or do we have to restart?
Chat, can you hear me? Yeah, we're good. There's an echo. Echo.
Oh, is there something we're hearing?
Echo.
that I did? Oh yeah, but it's this maybe. No, that's how he hears us, right?
Disable audio for Sean or mix sucks. Probably that one.
Hello?
Oh, there it is.
That
I
should
hear
be
the
better.
echo now.
Can people hear us? Chat, if you can hear us,
Hello?
type Mike as fast as you can.
Mike.
You go.
Mike.
Oh no, I just. Whoops.
Mike,
This-
Mike.
You could call this a mic check.
Look, Mike as fast as you can. They can hear us. Okay.
Kyle
Cool.
wins.
Oh, welcome back. All right. Anyway, you left off. You're saying what we're about to experience, Nerd Roundtable, might be part of it too.
Yep, absolutely. So we're gonna do some nerd debating. So boy, whether it's about nerdy things like movies or science. That's a terrible face to get frozen in my stream. Man, I am sexy,
Oh, you are. You know it.
and I know boob, whatever. I don't need to be able to see our stream. I'll just keep talking.
Yep.
So, yeah. So there'll be some conversations about nerdy things, nerd roundtables, space, rocks, cryptids, all sorts of stuff. So we'll have some folks come on who are, I don't want to say experts in their field, but just folks who enjoy having a good time and having some conversations. So, guess what? Tonight, we're going to bring you one such conversation.
All right.
So we actually have a member of our community who's going to pop in here in just a moment, and we are going to talk about Kate rating with 17 people. Oh my gosh! Sorry, I think I just scared Ryan or made him eardrums explode or something. So Sean, I don't know if you've seen, but I sent you the Nerd Roundtable roundup. Oh, headphone change.
I did see that.
Okay, cool. I just sent it again a minute ago with a little bit of the updates.
That's me.
So we're actually going to go ahead and we have Sean coming and sitting in here. Kate Zaid, thank you so much for the raid. I see Earthling Gaming in here. I see Copia. Copia was probably in on the raid too, as was Austin Attack.
Copia, I've heard of
two
that guy.
folks who are familiar with us. But yeah, so welcome Raiders. This is the Gaming Morning Show. If you are not familiar with us, we are a morning radio show that also plays games and talks about strange things and does all sorts of shenanigans.
Yeah,
But right now, you might notice it's not the morning. So we're currently the gaming evening or late afternoon show, depending, or middle of the night show. I don't know.
it's the gaming
but-
sometime of the day show.
Gaming sometime of the day show. It's XL Blaze. Sorry, I got really excited. If you don't know XL Blaze, ladies and gentlemen, he is my senpai for teaching Apex, or he's tried anyway. But yeah, so we are in the midst of our 1 year stream anniversary. We're having a 24-hour nonsense-a-thon, I think is what we can probably call it at this point.
I like it.
Filled with all sorts of shenanigans. So it is currently 8:20 here on the East Coast, 5:20 on the West Coast, and we are about to talk some Marvel. But guess what? It is not just Lickets, Maiko, and Sean. We also have our good friend. See if we can get him in here.
Hello.
Oh, Who is that voice from beyond the
Who's that
shadows?
voice? Oh,
Oh,
we're gonna have to
gosh,
do some
where'd we
live
go?
editing here.
Oh, who loves
Boop, boop.
live editing?
Oh, hey.
Live editing. You
We're-
might recognize
We're gonna
that
call
voice.
that pretty darn close. Look at that. Done.
Perfect. I
Let's
like
do it.
Yeah, you should. Hey, look at that. Wonderful. That's the
Amazing.
best live edit we've ever seen. For those of you who don't know, I don't know who that would be, but welcome the mayor of the internet, Mr. M.E. Christopher M.E. from his new tiki bar in the stars or something.
No, we're
But
in
yeah.
the same place now.
Oh, you're in the. Oh yeah. Well, look at that. Look at that. We're both. Everything is fine. No, everything is fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I don't have an everything is fine background.
Thank you so much for the follow, Sparky. Hopefully you enjoy your time here with the Gaming Morning Show. Normally, our flagship show is streamed Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific time, 9 to 12 Eastern, and I believe you said it was like 1 a.m. there, so it's like really late. So, like the afternoon for you. So we're happy that you gave us a follow, and we're excited to see you come back in the future. So, but for now, we're going to have a little bit of a nerd roundtable. And as some of you may or may not know, the three men that you have on your screen here enjoy comic books, enjoy movies,
Indeed.
enjoy some other things.
Quite a bit.
But we really enjoy Marvel. So I've invited Chris here, and Sean's going to hang out with us, and we're going to do a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit of Marvel. So just to kind of jump in quickly, I'm curious what your experiences with comic books and with Marvel are. For me, it's been a lifelong obsession. I remember reading comic books and collecting cards as a young Mike O, a little O, if you will. And now
wee
I'm
O.
a big O, and I really enjoy it. So, I've really loved the Marvel Cinematic Universe and everything else, and it's been cool. So, Chris, what about you? What's your history with comic books and Marvel? And
So I got into, you had to, in the 90s, you had to pick a side, Marvel or DC, and I was Marvel all the way. X-Men, the animated series on Fox, really drew me into it, so I went from TV to the comic books. But that show was so faithful to the comic books that it made for like a very easy transition. And I've been Marvel ever since, and grateful for it because historically, Marvel in its comic books has dealt with issues of race and inequality, especially with X Men, which still to date is my favorite. Can't wait till they get into. But yeah, I'm especially excited with where the MCU has gone, especially with its most recent series. Um, yeah, it's been very exciting.
very cool. What about you, Sean?
Yeah, I'm kind of the same story as you guys. I've loved comics and comic stories my whole life. Definitely when I was younger, I was more into the DC side of things. In terms of reading comics, Batman and the whole family of Batman comics was my jam. Up through like college, just reading all of the Batman comics and all of the side stories associated with those series. And didn't dislike Marvel as a comic book world, but just never really got into it. And then as I've matured into adulthood, thanks to the MCU, have gotten way more attached to Marvel characters as an adult, and it helps that they've just done such a good job taking what makes reading comics so enjoyable and translating that to movies without just being a direct like we're going to make this comic book into a movie, because that, as we've seen in other movies, doesn't always work. And so it's been great getting to know the Marvel characters and then go back and read some of the Marvel comics and nerd out on the stuff that's you.
Yeah, I think one of the things we're going to dive into towards the end of our conversation tonight is kind of the future of the MCU. Because as a lot of us know, it's incredibly, incredibly exciting. If you are an MCU fan, there's a lot of amazing things on the horizon, as well as things in the past. But one of the things that I think really sets Marvel, especially with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, apart is the way that they deal with trauma. Um, I have enjoyed thoroughly, and I think a lot of folks who are um, big into the Marvel Cinematic Universe also feel that the way they've addressed trauma, not drama, and how they've made all of these superheroes seem human has been incredible. So, just kind of a few examples of the trauma that we've experienced. Going back to one of the first films, Iron Man. One of the things that I really think is incredible is the way that they've shown his struggle personally with a survivor's guilt, which was a big one. He was, the only person that survived that terrible attack in the beginning of the movie. And just so everyone knows, there's going to be a lot of spoilers through this conversation. So if you haven't seen a movie from 2008, I'm sorry. But he has terrible anxiety
Just
attacks.
pause the stream,
Iron Man,
go
yeah,
watch
just
all
pause
30
it
movies, and then just come right back.
quickly.
Head to
We'll
the
be
theater,
here.
go watch Shang-Chi.
We'll be here when you're done. Don't worry. But yeah, so I think it's Iron Man 2 or 3. I can't remember which one. He has
Three.
Three is the third one. He has all the panic attacks where he actually the little kid comes up and asks him autograph a picture, and he has to run out of the restaurant. It's just incredible how they do that. We've seen Black Widow's grief, kind of ranging from Endgame when in Infinity War when she has to make some really crazy decisions that not many people should probably have to make. So that's big. And then just with her past too, not only does she experience grief, she's a super big abuse victim.
Yeah.
They removed her uterus. They trained her to become a killer. Wanda's grief. We saw it in the show. Captain America had imposter syndrome. He felt like he didn't deserve to be Captain America. Nebula was abused pretty hardcore by Thanos, and then
Yeah.
Thor, literally, all the lost. Everyone that Thor
Yeah.
ever loved died. So
That's really rough. All his friends, literally all of them.
everybody, and we watched them all stabbed. So it's incredible how they've addressed this stuff. But what do you guys think? What sets them apart? And do they do all of these, examples of trauma? Do they do it well, or do they kind of over exaggerate?
If you don't mind me starting, Sean,
Yeah,
I think that it started off kind of rough. I mean, in Age of Ultron, they start to get into Black Widow dealing with her grief over not being able to have kids. That part was it was a little rough. It was a little ham-fisted. It wasn't handled terribly well, but they really do redeem it in Black Widow, the recently released movie, by getting a little bit more in depth with it, showing a little bit more of what the widows go through, and yeah, having her. It's not too much of a spoiler to say that she triumphs. Um, but yeah, it started out rough, but really, if you look at all of the content that's coming out now, almost all of it deals with our main superheroes dealing with trauma. And I think that's a very realistic thing. Like they do so much, and it for us to expect them to just be cool with it, like, is not realistic. They have to deal with loss of loved ones, just like the rest of us. And how do you do that when you have superpowers and tremendous responsibility on your shoulders? I love that they're tackling that right now.
and I think one of the things they've done really well across the board, and not every storyline is done perfectly, but they have such a good variety of ways to tell these stories and these struggles. And because comic books can be very cliche and very, you see the same patterns over and over. And they've done a good job of not feeling like that movie after movie. It's like, oh, well, the hero's going to have this happen, and then this happen, and this happen, and then they're going to be okay. Like, we haven't seen that same pattern over and over and over. So I like that it feels more real when you have the story arc of Iron Man's anxiety versus Captain America's imposter syndrome. those storylines feel totally different, and that's way more real because my anxiety is not going to look just like Mike's imposter syndrome, you know. And I like that they've been able to not just feel like there's just plugging a new mental health issue with, it's not they're not the news stories we read where it's a an animal place thing, you know. Superhero, mental health issue, and villain. They're all different, and I like that.
I think it is very cool too, and I also enjoy watching it how it progresses. So it's not just like boom, like here's your mental health issue. This is what you're going through. Deal with it now. Like you watch the build up from start to finish, right? You get to see Iron Man, Tony Stark as this complete a-hole narcissist in the beginning, right? Where he's just like, oh, here's the piece when he's drinking after blowing up a mountainside with some crazy weapon. And then you get to see him kind of when he comes back to the states after being rescued. You can kind of see him start, but he's still kind of that narcissist prick, right? And then it just kind of keeps going and building from there, and then that jumps into the Avengers movie, right, where he guides that missile into space, and then he has some like severe PTSD as a result of that, and you can see
Because he had
that's where,
resigned to die.
yeah, totally, he was gonna give himself up, um, and he he didn't, first of all, but he saved the world. But you can just kind of see how that snowballs from the PTSD into the panic attacks into you know all of the things you see from the movie. And I think with him especially, his arc is really cool because it comes back, and at the end he shows that he actually cares and that Tony Stark does have a heart, and he ultimately uh, resigned himself to dying to save humanity, which is pretty incredible. And I think just watching all of these go from start to finish are pretty fantastic.
I feel like that's so unique right now, and other people are trying to recreate that, DC in particular, where thanks to having people who are overseeing the whole cinematic universe, you can have these really complex stories. It's not like you have, all right, well, Iron Man 2, Tony Stark's going to be depressed, but that's Iron Man 2. So Iron Man 3, there's going to be no ramifications from that. And then Iron Man 3, okay, well, now he has survivor's guilt. But in the next movie, that's someone else is in charge of that movie. So there's going to be no ramifications from that. You see, you get this overall story arc that you would get in a well-produced TV show that has a good showrunner. That wasn't really a thing. Like, look at the James Bond movies. What overall story arc is there really? Like, even when they try, it's very like surface level, and you do get these deeper storylines, which is fantastic.
Can you imagine how much trauma James Bond like actually had? Like if he
they've started to kind of do that in the more recent movies, but even then it's not consistent across the movies. Like you have Quantum of Solace that's like is nothing. Like that movie could just not exist and it doesn't even matter. But the good Daniel Craig James Bond movies have connected. But yeah, it's just not common and not done well necessarily.
And to see such continuity too, I think is a big thing, especially with different writers, different producers, different everything, different directors. Like it's not like you see with Jon Favreau, I think he did the first Iron Man, right? You don't see that being changed completely from, Tai Wakita doing Thor. It's not, the movies all feel different in the kind of their pacing and the way that they feel, but then they all do a really great job of adding all these really super complicated and complex character arcs and stories into there. So I think that's pretty incredible as far as what they're able to do with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's really, really neat to watch.
Yeah, it's impressive. And it leads to like a nearly constant stream of good movie content in the theaters.
Absolutely. And I'm really interested and excited to see kind of what we see in the future. And we'll get into that again in a couple of minutes here. But just to see, obviously, with Endgame, we ended, right? And this whole arc ended there. Iron Man died. Captain America went off to do Captain America things with Peggy, and we've seen a whole bunch of different things, right?
Mhm.
But for the characters that are still there, Thor, Star Lord, the the fake Guardians like Gamora, how is that all going to wrap up into this? So I think it's really interesting to see, and I'm just really glad that they address it because it's a real issue that we see here.
Well, and I think what's exciting about kind of where we are right now in the MCU is they've if you think about it in a certain context and look back at overall the movies, they've trained the layman to think like a comic book reader to the point where people like my parents don't care about canon or continuity, but they've seen all the Marvel movies. They know the overall storyline. Like they've slowly been training people to think the way we do because we've been reading comics our whole life.
Where one book can connect to all these different things.
Austin pledged $1. Hi, love you again.
Oh.
Yeah, one comic. It's the same thing with comics. You could pick up one issue of a comic book and read it and be like, "Hey, that was really good." Or you can read that in context of hundreds of other comic books and be like, "This was an important piece to this overall story." And now they've done this with the cinematic universe. And now I almost feel like they're going to continue that because the next thing that seems like it's coming up, which happens in comics, is, hey, half of these characters are gone or changing, and go on the ride with us. We're going to tell you a cool story. You're not attached to this specific Iron Man, this specific Captain America. Guess what? Thor's a girl now. Deal with it. And in the comic world, you just roll with that, and you get all these amazing stories. And now we're going to get that in a cinematic way, and I think that's really cool.
It really is a shift in how that content is made and how people enjoy it.
And it's almost as if you planned it, Sean, but you move us perfectly into our next topic of conversation for the evening. And that is kind of moving from how they've done really well with dealing with trauma to one of the biggest complaints that you see out there, especially from those who really, really like comic books, and you can't do anything to tell me different. Apt. I wish I should have got the background instead of the comic book guy from The Simpsons instead of the living room. And excuse me, the comic books are different. So that's a really big thing. And I just pulled up a list really quickly of some MCU characters that are nothing like their comic book counterparts, right? So number one, it has Ulysses Claw. He looks and feels very different than the comic books and the movies. The Mandarin has a completely different sense. Obviously, I haven't seen Shang-Chi, so I'm hoping that there's some redemption in there with the Mandarin. But in Iron Man 3, the Mandarin was a character. He was an actor. He was an actor, played by Ben Kingsley, which was incredible. Baron Zemo. He's a very different character in the comic book and the movie. Bill Foster, who you know from I don't want to say Quantumania, but I know it's not the right one yet. But from Ant-Man and the Wasp, he was the doctor that helped Ghost, and he wasn't actually a comic book hero. Yondu, Drax, Vulture, Valkyrie. The number, these all just go far and away. Like another great one, Valkyrie in the comic books, blonde hair, blue eyed, large boobied European woman. In the movie, she's badass. She's a woman of color who loves her booze and is just incredible, right? So what do you guys
dealing with her own trauma too?
Who again? Yeah, absolutely. She's dealing with her own trauma as well. So it just goes and goes. I mean, Mantis is so different. But what do you guys think? Do you think that how do you feel about MCU kind of moving away from canon and developing these characters a little bit by themselves, a little bit better or a little bit different?
Why don't you go ahead since I went first the other time?
Sure. I love it. I think at this point, at least for me, those in charge of the MCU have earned my trust to the point where I'm like, if you have a plan, go for it. There are definitely times where they've changed characters, and looking back on it, you're like, kind of wasted that character. The Mandarin is the classic example of that. Is like that could have been so much more, and I'm glad they're, I'm assuming trying to fix it. I also haven't seen the movie yet, and that'll be great. So it's not a hit every time, but based on their success rate, their batting average, I have all the faith in the world and that they're going to do things at least for a reason. It may not be good in the end, but they're at least have a thought process behind it. So I'm okay with whatever they want to try.
Right. I think it's important for a couple reasons. Making those changes, like the first one's just obvious. Like as mediums go, things have to adjust. Movies are very different from comic books, where you get an issue a month. You put out a big trade publication, maybe once a quarter or something. It's just different, and you have to address the storytelling differently, introduce characters differently, and not every character works well as they were in the comic books, as they would in a movie, because you just have a limited amount of time to develop them. So I think that's good on just like in terms of medium. But also specifically in terms of the comic books, I think that there has also been a lot of really good course correction from like old characters that were bad racial stereotypes. I missed a good chunk of the stream today because I went to go see Shang-Chi. And it was a relief, let's say, in terms of rewriting the Mandarin. I mean, the character who would be the Mandarin, who wields the 10 rings in the movie, Wenwu, doesn't bear the name. He mocks it, as because it was an invention. The terrorist group that had co-opted the name just created the character of the Mandarin out of whole cloth, and Wenwu like has a laugh at it because it's so ridiculous. He jokes at one point that they named him after chicken, which which is ridiculous. And that's the only mention of the Mandarin. Like that's not his name. That's not the character's identity, and I think that's good. In the comics, Shang-Chi's father is Fu Manchu, which is so bad.
Yep.
And so getting to rewrite some of that stuff is excellent. Like they took these opportunities and built new characters, more interesting characters, ones that aren't racial stereotypes. I think that that's excellent. Like that's not being married to something just because it was that way originally and that way in the comic books. The comic books aren't set in stone, which I think is good.
Yeah, and the comics have contradictions all over the place.
Right.
I mean, especially when you do it for so long, like things change. And that's going to be the same. It's already the same, but it's going to be the same in the MCU. At some point, they're going to want to do something with some of those Netflix characters. And those of us who watched them are just going to be like, yeah, those aren't canon anymore. And that's a very comic book mindset of like, okay, well, that thing I read, I read those 30 issues. That's not a thing anymore. And that's going to be new for some people.
Well, and the funny thing too, right, is in the comic books, the way they always seem to get around the whole like this is different than the other guy, right? Is they introduce what we are now seeing in the multiverse, right? You have like Earth 67 and Earth 147,826.9, and you have like Dark Spider-Man, regular Spider-Man, Mini Spider-Man, Pig Spider-Man. It's kind of like in the Into the Spider-Verse, right?
Yeah.
Right.
In the comic books, if someone got boring, you just changed them.
Yep.
For a while, think about like Captain America, when he started working for Hydra in the comic books. And you had, that whole series, which may or may not be coming to life, which would be pretty amazing. But, there was so many possibilities. And I think to say like, oh, I have to, we have to stick to just what the comic books do. I mean, honestly, recasting, changing sexes, changing races of people, changing everything is exactly what the comic books do. It's not like it's something weird and crazy. This is literally what you're asking for.
Yep.
And there's a lot of people I think who harp on it, but it's entertaining, right? You want entertainment. I'm not watching Captain America be like, well, in the comic books, actually, his suit was more navy than or it was more sky blue than navy. It's too dark. Like
Yep.
there are gonna be those people. And thank you, Downs, so much for being here today. We'll see you in a couple of hours, probably. But seeing that, and having the ability to change that, I think is incredibly important as well. And I mean, Chris hit the nail on the head. Some of those characters were honestly, if you look back, were just terrible. Like great, like you literally again, Fu Manchu, great, wonderful. That's so on the nose. It's horrible.
Existed in a time when that was socially acceptable.
Yeah, exactly. And the fact that now we're trying, I don't want to say correct the mistakes, but make it more apt to what is correct with the times. I think the MCU is doing great, and Sean hit the nail on the head before with Marvel has earned my trust as far as casting.
Yep.
Like they've been so spot on that I've seen some of the whole like this person auditioned for this person and just realizing like that would have been awful.
That would have been terrible.
So like Tom Hiddleston is Thor.
Ugh.
No.
Ugh.
Tom Hiddleston is Loki.
Brilliant.
Absolutely. Like perfect.
And aside,
You guys have any last thoughts?
Yeah, quick
that?
aside. I'm so glad we got a chance to really see Tom Hiddleston's chops in Loki because
so good.
He was criminally underused, which is fine because it fit the movies and the context. But like it was so great to see him really just go for it for 6 episodes.
The Loki series is so fun.
It was. Man, and it's like you guys are so good at this because not only was there a Loki series, we started off with WandaVision on Disney Plus.
So
we moved on over to Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We closed it out with some Loki, but then moved on into What If. And on top of that, we've got Hawkeye coming pretty soon and some other shows. Again, we'll get into in just a few minutes here as we look ahead to Phase 4. But for now, there's some pretty incredible things. So what are you guys? And I know, Chris, at least you're up on all of the shows. I don't know how far along you are, Sean, with all of your Disney Plus viewing. But what do you guys think? What are some of the high points? Are they is Disney Plus doing the MCU justice, or is it just kind of a spinoff?
Well, so I'd mentioned this before, where there's almost constant good theater content with the Disney Plus shows. Now there's pretty much just a constant stream of good content between the theaters and at-home viewing. The Disney Plus shows have all had an angle and told interesting stories with them. Like, WandaVision had the classic TV shows. It was very mysterious. Captain America, Falcon and Winter Soldier, came in like a more traditional action show, more like a movie, I suppose, broken up into episodes, and it was fantastic in its own right. Loki was like Marvel Doctor Who, and like was just incredible. It was surprising at every turn. It was just so good. And now with What If, we're just getting some super cool storytelling based on things that are familiar to us, with some interesting twists, and it's all just been really good.
Yeah, I think the only worry I have is sustainability, but I think that'll work itself out because it totally feels like we just got this massive onslaught of Disney Plus shows, partially due to pandemic and movies kind of being on the back burner. And I think that pacing will have to change because I can't imagine having just like constant Disney Plus shows and movies on top of that. It's going to be a lot, which is great until there's some burnout either on the viewer side or on the creator side. And so I'm interested to see, fast forward like 5 years, say, maybe not even that long, to see where that balance ends up movie versus Disney Plus show. And I think if they nail that balance and that back and forth, it's going to be brilliant, because I love how different the shows can feel than a movie. Because if you stitched together Falcon and Winter Soldier into a movie, it would be fine. I would have liked it, but that's because I like all the Marvel stuff. But compared to some of the other stuff, there would have been a lot of people that are like, you could probably skip this one. It's probably fine. But as a show, it's great.
And there are some theories and thoughts behind that too, that the whole reason that they kind of went fast and furious with the whole Disney Plus and those, the streamable things as opposed to the movies is because of COVID, right? They had this stuff planned out, but I think they had it planned much further spread apart than
different orders,
as tight as everything. I don't think they planned on doing all this stuff in a year. Maybe they thought about, it would fit nicely in between stuff. And I know that there were definitely rewrites. And I know that they were trying to make it to where it was congruent with the stories that were coming out. And they had to slow some of it down too, right? Because with Black Widow being delayed for 46 years, you don't want to spoil anything in that.
Yeah.
So you're hoping that this will hold everybody over. And while everyone's stuck at home, you're going to go ahead and watch this. And they hit the nail on the head with that. And it is I'm very curious to see kind of what the future holds. And do you do 2 a year? We've still got more coming up this year.
Yeah.
And there's a lot, right? There's a lot to it.
There's a lot.
Absolutely. I think what's good about them having like a unified story group and sticking with what they put out is that it allows for advanced planning, and all this content is intentional. The stories work together and don't contrast with each other. I think that's smart, and I think that DC needs that very badly. Star Wars definitely needed it.
Yeah. Oh, that could be a whole nother episode, Star Wars.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. GMS After Dark. But it is a very interesting thing to see how, these shows have been phenomenal too. It's not like they were half-assed through, and you can see where all the little corners were cut and all the canon was lost, or just the storytelling was lost, and all that happened, right?
Or worse, the Netflix model, where it's like, well, they're canon, but we're going to refer to the event in New York rather than really tying ourselves into the universe. Which in hindsight was probably good, because now we can just kind of scratch those and it won't change anything. But these shows are fully integrated into the MCU, which is great to see them really commit to that rather than being hesitant still.
And I'm excited to see this stuff referenced later on.
Yeah.
Obviously with the multiverse coming up here in a minute and all of that happening, how's that going to tie in? What's all that going to look like? Mm-hmm. What are we going to see? Especially, we have the Eternals coming out here pretty soon. How's that going to tie into it? Are they going to reference all the stuff that happened on WandaVision or Loki? And where does the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, tie in?
There was a new Eternals trailer that came with Shang-Chi, and it's excellent. I'm way more interested in that movie than I ever had been before.
Well, the latest wide release trailer that came out,
that's probably the same one.
Ryan saw it and was like, "Hey, that movie looks pretty good." I'm like, "Yeah, it does. You need to watch that." And I did tell him this too. In all seriousness, I was like, "And if there was a movie that probably works pretty well as a standalone, you just watch this one and don't get sucked into the Marvel universe, this will probably be a good one." So we might have Ryan on board with a Marvel movie.
Ooh.
Yes. And kind of speaking to that too, like, who would have thought the Eternals would be a huge blockbuster that anyone was getting ready to see? Or even, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Black Panther, some of the Guardians of the Galaxy, Ant-Man. Like, these aren't things that people would have been like, "Whoa, that's incredible!"
They should not be blockbuster movies.
No, absolutely. Ant-Man.
You go back and tell elementary school aged Sean and Mike, "Hey, the country's gonna go cuckoo for Ant-Man and the Wasp. You'd be like,
Uh-huh.
"Pfft, whatever.
That's the worst ones. I traded those
Yeah.
cards. Yeah.
But they did it so smartly. Like they started with their core Avengers heroes, and then we
Yep.
trusted them, and they delivered with these characters that aren't usually headline characters.
That's
And
So
I mean,
good.
there's the trust, right? Knowing the casting is great, the storytelling is phenomenal, and there you go. I mean, a lot of
Yeah.
folks feel that the worst Marvel movie was Thor: The Dark World, or and that wasn't even that bad.
Nope.
It was just weaker than some of the other ones, which we'll get to at a later date. We're gonna wait for Omniad for digital doc games
to rank them. But Marvel
Yeah,
also has
we
this
don't want-
ability
Ooh.
to retroactively make movies better.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The Dark World, not great. They've somehow made it better by like
Yeah.
continuing storylines in certain ways. You go back and watch it, you see how they set things up, and you're like, well, now I like this movie too. It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
And it's
just
not like one of
fascinating.
those things. Yeah, and you don't say it's just better because everything else was garbage. It's like everything after that got exponentially better and better and better. But when you look at the lore and the storytelling, you're like, now I want to go watch this.
Yep.
Who would
Got
have thought
me
you would have said that,
again.
right?
Kevin Feige.
Let's have a Dark World watch movie night. Said no one ever until now.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll start
Earlier in the
doing that.
pandemic, we did a Dark World rewatch, and I was like, oh, this actually isn't as horrible as I thought it was.
It's fascinating.
Same with Age of Ultron.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely. Age of Ultron, one of the hidden gems of the MCU that everyone hates.
It actually is, yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's because it's a real movie, right? It's not like just fantasy fighting and crazy. I mean, there's a lot to unpack. Kind of like the newest episode of What If.
Oh
a
boy,
lot to unpack.
we could have a whole hour of talking about that
Yeah.
episode. Oh my
You
gosh,
know, it's whew, there's a lot to it.
that was a tough one. Ooh.
And I mean, thinking about the Disney Plus content and where that goes in the future kind of brings us into our last point here. And it's the future of the MCU, right? Phase 4, I don't want to say we're hot and heavy in it because we're really not. We just basically have scratched the surface
Dipping
with
our toes in.
dipping our toes in, as Mr. ME says. Phase 4 started with WandaVision. You added Falcon and Winter Soldier in there. MODOK, which was a hilarious. If you haven't watched MODOK, if you have Hulu for some reason, watch it. It's actually really good. Loki, the Loki series was incredible. The Black Widow movie happened.
I
Finally.
liked it. I liked it.
It wasn't bad for what. If you're looking at origin stories, great. If you're looking to like really forward the story of anything.
Well, it's hard because it takes place in the past
Yeah,
from where we
well,
are in the movies.
Sure, but you can address some other stuff, but it's fine. Whatever.
Yep.
It was good. It was a good movie. We're in the midst of What If. Shang-Chi just came out.
Y'all are gonna
and-
love it.
I'm so
I know that
excited.
you will.
I'm so
I may
excited.
have to go see it tomorrow now.
I had my finger on the ban Chris and me button because you had to see it, but I decided since you're on the show, you should be able to stay.
Thank
As
you.
soon
I
as he-
appreciate
As
it.
soon as he said it, I was gonna ban him, but I was like, let's hear him out. Let's see what he has to say.
All right.
But this year even is still gonna be crazy. The Eternals coming out in November. The end of November, Hawkeye is coming to Disney Plus. Again, not really comic. I mean, it is comic book, but it's not the one that we think.
Yep.
It's his daughter. Spoiler, which is incredible. December, Spider-Man: No Way Home, which is gonna be a mine of insane, grandeur. It's gonna be nuts.
They were
it can be
the
so much fun.
trailer they released has so much and yet tells us so little.
Nothing.
All
Yeah.
they showed us the things they showed us. Just I got to the end of that trailer. I'm like, what didn't they show us? Because if that's what they chose to show us this early, there's going to be some just bonkers stuff
Some
in that movie,
stuff,
and I'm so excited. I'm so here for it.
Yeah. They've done such a good job. And then even their trailers, they'll re-edit them to be like to have stuff that doesn't even end up in the movie.
They're such trolls, and I love them
They're
for
such
it.
trolls. Yeah, I'll take it.
And then you figure, right, beyond that, the rest of Phase 4. We'll just run down the list really quick because I know we're bumping up against the hour. as Ryan would say. Early next year, Ms. Marvel comes out. I believe that's a D plus series as well.
I think so. Yeah.
And then in March, you have the Mind. Am I allowed to curse now? Marie, is this because I'm on After Dark? Yeah, Mind. Uh,
There we go.
Which is gonna be crazy. In May of next year, Thor: Love and Thunder. In July, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. November, The Marvels. Then you have other things coming up. Moon Knight, She-Hulk, Loki season 2, Secret Invasion, Guardians of the Galaxy, Holiday Special, which predates the third one, which comes out. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Moon Girl and the Devil Dinosaur, which it's going to be a Disney Channel show, so it's going to be different. But then, right, what everyone's really, really dying for, coming in late 2023, Fantastic Four, Blade, Deadpool 3, Ironheart, and Armor Wars. There is so much here that, like,
the theme of Phase 4,
next 2 years.
The theme of Phase 4 is like, hey, people who are MCU fans that never read comic books, here's a bunch of stuff you've never heard of that you're gonna flip your lids for. It's gonna be so good. They have no idea what's in store for them.
Nope. And what I think is awesome too is, from what I understand, Secret Invasion may be an animated series. It may not be a live action, but they're not completely sure on that. So that would probably end up being a D plus series. But like, huh? It's crazy. I got one of my kids to read the entire Civil War series.
I've been wanting to go back and reread that.
Dude, it was really good.
There's like 45 comics in that arc.
I might have to go reread that just because
the trades are thick.
Yeah.
For those,
I downloaded it on my iPad, so I was like, every night I would flip through, and I'm like, all right, I'll read one tonight. And like 9 later, you're like,
fat chance.
4 a.m. Great. But if you are a MCU fan, if you are excited about what the Marvel Cinematic Universe currently has, and you should definitely be excited about what is coming. There are so many question marks. There is so much excitement. There are so many fun things kind of waiting in the wings. It'll be incredible. But more importantly, this is the kind of stuff you will see on GMS After Dark. We will have discussions and debates about things like comic books. We'll hopefully get our friends from Jennifer Ann's group back, get some developers on there, have some more fun conversations about all sorts of things, whether it be fun things, serious things, dorky things, or just whatever it is. So you can look forward to that coming up on Wednesdays.
It's going to be
here in the
so much fun.
GMSU.
It's going to be amazing.
GMSU. And so, Mike, you got a new show with GMS After Dark. I talked a little bit about bringing back GMS Plays. I mean, Chris, you're here too. So, what do you think? You should pick up a show too.
You want one?
Let's do it. Yeah. What the heck?
So, announcing for the first time, Chris is going to be hosting a show on GMS. Would you like to tell everyone a little bit about it?
I would love to. So, I love guest hosting on GMS. I wish I could do it more, but my work schedule doesn't allow it. And so for a long time, I've been thinking about weekend content because, GMS is amazing 5 days a week. But it's 5 days a week. So there's some space on the weekend to do something. And being a bit of a public radio nerd, I always wanted to be a public radio reporter or host or whatever. I thought that GMS could do a weekend discussion style show on the weekend. And so we're going to be doing something called GMS Weekend Edition. It'll be a bit of again, mostly roundtable show where we'll talk about the news of the week and what we like, what we think about it, and then dip our toes into the other side of GMS, which is kind of user content. We talk a lot about streamers and what different streamers have going on. So, every week we'll have a panel of people discussing our favorite moments on stream that we saw, and have one of those streamers on to do an interview with them to get to know them a little bit better, to get the backstory behind these moments, get a little bit of insight with them, and just have a good time in like an hour-long show format. So yeah, that'll be GMS Weekend Edition.
K-Laugh has
super
we're gonna have to change the name. I'm sorry. K-Laugh has
Grissom
changed the
Show.
name to Grissom Show.
Oh, it's GMS. It's GMS. Okay, that's pretty good.
So yeah, that's
Amazing.
GMS Weekend Edition. We're super excited.
That is going to be
it'll
really,
be really
cool.
fun.
Hi, Chris.
I'm excited.
Oh, hi, Ryan.
Hi, Mike. Oh,
God.
I forgot they can't see.
God, is that you?
Oh,
No, we couldn't.
Chris, we are super excited that you're going to be joining us for sure, and we'll have details of both GMS After Dark with Mike O and GMS Weekend Edition with Chris and me coming up on our Twitter feed at Watch GMS and beyond. Chris pledged, I should say, $100 and said, "Give me that Bob audio. What are we supposed to have Bob say for you?"
And I literally DM'd it to you on Discord.
Oh, well,
Uh-oh.
that's Discord. Mike, tell
Ryan
Chris what I
doesn't
do with
know
Discord.
What Ryan doesn't know that Discord exists. Let's be real here.
I mean, he's aware of its existence.
This is good.
So
Debatable.
I had forgotten about this, like wanting this audio, but the opportunity to have Bob record live from Los Angeles, it's the Clip ME show
Oh, that's
with
good.
your host Chris ME. Yeah, that's what I want.
That's good.
He's
Yeah.
included.
All right.
Brian
Sending
doesn't
it to
check
Bob.
Discord.
Here we go.
I forgot on Discord. I forgot to add the part with your host Chris ME.
What's up, man?
Hey, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
We got a new one for you, my friend.
Okay.
This one is live from Los Angeles. It's the Clip ME show.
Okay.
With your host, Chris Emmy.
We'll have him
did
cut
you
that. What's that?
Clip ME?
Yeah, Clip ME. When he sends the MP3, we'll get the full thing. So live from Los Angeles, it's the Clip ME show.
Live from Los Angeles, it's the Clip ME show.
Now, I have to admit, too, Chris ME, who hosts the Clip ME show, is a huge Dodgers fan.
Okay.
Huge.
So he's a big fan of yours as a result. So thank you for doing that for
I
us.
am.
Oh,
Yeah.
very cool. Very cool. Happy to do it.
All right, there you go. Bob
Yeah,
doing
thanks, Bob.
Clip ME for you.
Bob,
Love
Thank
it.
you
Dodger things?
for the
So
$100 pledge. That was very kind of you, Chris. Thank you.
Has anyone noticed?
He's on
that-
LA radio.
Has anyone noticed that whenever Ryan talks to Bob, he lowers his voice just a little bit?
I lower my voice every time I talk on the phone. You kidding me?
Speaking of Marvel, it's like the whole
He does
Star
his
Lord
radio
Thor.
voice.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
What are you saying? I'm not changing my voice.
That's right.
So we've been fortunate enough, rather, you've been kind enough to help us get over $820 in pledges. That means we exceeded $750. Chris's pledge, in fact, took us over the mark. So should we do this now?
Yeah, let's switch seats because
Ooh,
we need to
here
get
we
this
go.
light on.
Do you want me
need
to
get you
front and center? Okay.
We might even make you go full screen.
Okay, here we go.
Do it.
Go full screen. Do it.
Here he goes.
I always forget how bright your light is. Oof. All right. Let's make me full screen here. This is because no one's ever seen me without a hat on. Ever. Ever. All right, there you go. Okay.
Including me. This is first time.
That's how you usually see me. Okay.
Actually, yeah.
It's usually the
that's
case.
perfect.
Man, this hat looks
Perfect.
way dirtier on your light. Like, it looks dirty on my stream, but it looks real dirty right here. Holy cow. All right, this is what Downs decided to dress up as, by the way. This is what you picked, Downs.
On purpose.
Yeah, you had many choices, but this is what you picked. All right, here we go. Thank you for helping us raise over $820 so far in pledges. This is what my hair looks like. Can we get some just got fresh out of the water, whipping the head back and forth music, please, Sean? No, it doesn't look that bad, actually. I got a lot of
Terrible.
bangs
Yeah.
going.
Bang! Wow.
Hey,
Look at
Sean.
that.
Yes, I bang. Yes, I bang. Ooh, baby.
He bangs, he
Move.
bangs.
Move. Go crazy because I have the hair. A sting like a bee.
Be right back. I gotta go anywhere else.
It's really long. What do you think? Oh, I have a beautiful head of
Wow.
hair. Well, thank you, Kate.
Yeah, seriously.
I used to have a lot more head of hair, but
You had more hair or more head?
And Sean took it.
yeah, Sean sucks the hair life force out of my
Oop.
head. This guy.
What?
Just
Yeah.
shave it off the back and glue it on your head.
All right, there you go. Ryan's hair.
And Ryan never wore a hat again.
Austin would die for that hair. Just
Mike, my friend,
me. That's I.
we have a really cool submission going on Google Docs. So I text that link to you from Mike Reed's, which is coming up now. It's gonna be awesome.
I pulled it up. I haven't looked at it yet.
You're gonna love it.
So great.
Love it.
So you guys should talk about yourselves for just a moment, so I can go parch my mouth because it's feeling a little dry for the moment.
So you need us to talk about ourselves.
Yeah, talk. Talk Ryan. Talk about your voice. I don't know.
What a voice! Oh my gosh.
Actually, we know what we could do is we do have the radio ramp, and we are what $400 ish away from Resident Evil Fudge Village. So
It's gotta happen.
so we can do this, chat. We're gonna do a radio ramp here. This is a redemption. I think it's only like $5.
Yeah.
I think the radio redemption. So if anyone wants to pledge $5, you can do one of these. Mike, you're free to go if you want to get your parched.
I'll be right back.
Anti-parchness. I don't know how this works.
Unparch your
I
mouth.
will take my leave as well.
All right, we'll miss you, Chris.
Thanks for joining
Thank you
us.
for
Chris.
having me. Bye.
Goodbye. Chris, I'm gone. Well, I guess we can just go back to this now. All right.
Oh, there we go.
Except we'll make it look.
We're so big. Why are we so big? There we go.
You sounded like a worried like frontier person there. Like, why are we so?
Why are we so big?
Oh, this winter is going to be so harsh. Oh.
I have to forge this river.
All right, chat. I need some help here. All right, we need the song that just played. Okay, pretend that we're listening to the radio. Austin, you gotta stay for the radio ramp, and then absolutely, completely understand the bed part. So we need a song that just played. Okay, on the radio. You just got done listening to it, and the DJ is about to come on. Okay,
Who let the dogs out?
who let the dogs out?
The chat can trump that, but that's my choice.
We have lots of songs we can throw in here. We need the name of a radio station. So you know how some radio stations are called like Z100, 1067 The Eagle. We need a name of a radio station, any radio station name. And we need a DJ name for me. Okay, so you can recommend anything. DJ Lots of Hair. ZXXX. What kind of radio station is this? 101.
69.9, the chaos.
So you're thinking a DJ name for me. We also need a contest. What could you win on this radio station?
Dr. Squatch soap.
It's gonna be great too because I have you to do music. All right, so we still need a DJ name and we need a sponsor. Who is this? The contest is for Dr. Squatch, but we need the sponsor that's sponsoring the contest. So you're gonna win Dr. Squatch soap, but the sponsor is gonna be Lever. Win a pancreas. I like that. Win a pancreas brought to you by Dr. Squatch. There we go. That's gonna be good.
Like Chris's 69 the whole.
69 the whole. All right, so Dr. Squatch is gonna be the sponsor. Okay, we can do that. and then the contest is for win a pancreas. Did you just suggest that my DJ name, Austin, should be Ryan the Hole? Ryan the Hole. That's good. All right, and we need 2 more songs. Okay, so we need a song. We need a song that is coming up soon, and the song that we have playing next. So we already had Who Let the Dogs Out. DJ Hole. The DJ Hole. You made her stay up for this. It's only fair. Fair enough, yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. Piece of My Heart. Okay, that's going to be a song we got coming up. Okay. Also, that sounds like a good name of a restaurant.
Oh man, now I just want pizza.
Pizza.
What have you done?
My heart.
The Gilmore Girls, the Golden Girls theme song, or the Gilmore Girls theme song. That's fine too.
like Golden Girls theme song. Oh wait, Austin has a song. All right, this might trump Who Let the Dogs Out. Oof, oof, oof. I like how Mike's. Look at Mike's chair. It's all sparkly.
It's like a vampire from Twilight.
It's so mesmerizing. That's not it. It's that one. Look at that. Look how sparkly his desk is.
It's so good. It's like bedazzled.
So good. What's the song, Austin?
The button's right there.
This one?
Bottom right, and then up one.
That one?
Left one. That one.
I forgot we had that the whole time. Yeah, it would have been a whole bunch of dollars there. Our lawyer made us change the name of the song so we wouldn't get sued by Fallout Boy.
Wow.
All right, that's gonna go as the song that's coming up next.
Nothing.
Okay. I'm just gonna do this because I don't want to take this out. All right, here we go. Radio ramp leading into Mike Reads. Okay, here we go. I need some music, just like a kind of outro, like ramp out, fade out, just something. That's Who Lets the Dogs. No, that's to bring that back. Where's the rewind button?
Go sounds and far right.
Far right. Who Let the Dogs Out, Baha Men? That's on Z. XXX 101 Radio. I'm DJ Ryan the Hole. Thanks for being with us wherever you may be, as we got a lot of good things coming up. In just a little bit, a chance for you to win a brand new pancreas, thanks to our friends over at Dr. Squatch. Also, be on the lookout. We got Pizza My Heart. Pizza My Heart could be a pepperoni style song. That's on the way, but right now, it's time for Our Lawyer made us change the name of the song so we wouldn't get sued. It's Fall Out Boy on Z XXX 101.
Boop, 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 boop.
And now, live from Muncie, Indiana.
Bam.
Oh, we gotta get a little more. We gotta get a little more Barry in my voice now.
The reveal for us was fantastic.
Okay, here we go.
Here, wait, hold on.
Just get the lows going a little bit here. Make sure we're low enough. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, this is gonna be great. Let's make you a little bit more full screeny. Yeah, we can do that.
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh yeah.
all right.
Oh yeah. Get excited.
I got chills. They're multiplying. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here for the GMS Anniversary Special, and it continues now as we roll into the 6 o'clock hour on the West Coast. Ready with the microphone unmuted, please welcome the one, the only. Look, it's Mike O. Oh, yeah.
Hello. Greetings. Hello, everybody. I don't know why I sound like this. Hey guys, it's sorry. Hey, it's like it's Mike O here. We're gonna get you. We're gonna get you with some reading because guess what? Mike reads. It's the wrong eye. Anyway, I'm good at this. Got to make sure my smoking jacket collar is inside. Obviously, yes. My microphone comes out from my fireplace because I'm high class or richer. I don't know, but this beautiful office I am in has many books. That's a photo. There are many books over on this side. I've read all of them at least twice. Here's a beautiful photo from that time I sailed. Yep, right here. And there's a fire. Ooh, hot. Ooh, it's very, very warm. If you, anyway. So tonight we are going to read some stories. The first one, because Miss Austin Attack 12 needs to go to Sleepy Pies. I am going to read hers first. And then we have some more. One of the recommendations is something from one of Sean's medical books. Maybe take a picture, Sean, if you be so kind, and to send it to me if we have time. I don't know. Either way, I don't want to choke anymore. We are first going to read the Avatar opening. Pappy Papa Pa. I don't know what that is. Water, earth, fire, air. Long ago, the four nations lived together in harmony. Then, everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Only the Avatar, master of all four elements, could stop them. But when the world needed him most, he vanished. 100 years passed, and my brother and I discovered the new Avatar, an airbender named Aang. And although his airbending skills are great, he has a lot to learn before he's ready to save anyone. But I believe Aang can save the world. That one goes out to Austin Attack 12, or Austin Attack, for those who know the true lady of the internet. Sorry, that makes you sound like a porn star. I apologize. Oh, so we are going to move ahead, and we are going to read. I forget who asked this, but let's see. The Twitch terms of service. If Twitch was smart, they would hire me to just do this. Oh, there's a fair bit of stuff. Yeah, we'll read some of it. It's fine. I'm here for a while. It's all good. Number 1, Introduction. Your agreement to these terms of service. Please read these terms of service carefully. This is a binding contract. Welcome to the services operated by Twitch Interactive Incorporated, collectively with its affiliates Twitch, or we, consisting of the website available at https://www.twitch.tv and its network of websites, software applications, or any other products or services offered by Twitch. The Twitch services. Other services offered by Twitch may be subject to separate terms. When using the Twitch services, you will be subject to Twitch's community guidelines and additional guidelines or rules that are posted on the Twitch services, made available to you, or disclosed to you in connection with specific services and features. Twitch may also offer certain paid services, which are subject to the Twitch terms of service as well as any additional terms or conditions that are disclosed to you in connection with such services. All such items and guidelines, the guidelines, are incorporated into these terms of service by reference. The terms of service apply whether you are a user that registers an account with the Twitch services or an unregistered user. You agree that the clicking. Oh, I apologize. Let me start over. You agree that by clicking sign up or otherwise registering, downloading, accessing, or using the Twitch services, you are entering into a legally binding agreement between you and Twitch regarding your use of the Twitch services. You acknowledge that you have read, understood, and agree to be bound by these terms of services. If you do not agree to these terms of services, do not access or otherwise use any of Twitch services. When using Twitch or opening an account with Twitch on behalf of the company, entity, or organization, collectively subscribing organization, you represent and warrant that you, number I, are an authorized representative of that subscribing organization with the authority to bind that organization to these terms of service and grant the licenses set forth herein. And I agree to these terms of service on behalf of such subscribing organization. Then there's a lot of other things about don't be a minor. Please be private. You can have some accounts and some other such things, which we will not get into because I don't have 14 out. So that was our good friend from over there at the Twitch. If you are watching this show, you will see that there are some things that we're going to read because right now we are reading. You can follow us on Twitch at facebook.com, at youtube.com, or potentially at Twitter, but probably not right now. Oh, well, thank you all so much for subscribing, and I'll talk to you later. Well, what's that? There's more. I wasn't contracted for more. Okay, fine. Oh, so we're doing fine. We're great. Copia, Copwane. You have a wonderful evening. It's Copia, formerly Copwane. He's not that anymore. All right, let's move on. Our next, oh god, sorry, I looked too far ahead and I saw the one after the next one. That was a little burp right there. I apologize. How rude of me. Oh, there's another one. They're just coming and coming. We're fine. Tonight we're going to read Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening by Robert Frost. Do you think Robert Frost wrote this poetry because his last name was Frost? And he knew a lot about cold times. Okay. Whose woods these I think I know? His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep. And miles to go before I sleep. That was Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening by none other than Robert Frost. Okay, this next one is meant to be spoken in a true dramatic flair. However, this author or talker, oh, Kyle, K-Laugh, Claw, whatever you'd like to go by, friend, you are so welcome. That is a wonderful, wonderful story. So good. So good. This next selection, that's the word, selection. This next selection comes from the cinematic masterpiece Independence Day. It is a movie about aliens. That is right, aliens. They come from space. way up there. Oh boy. All right, here we go. Good morning. In less than an hour, aircraft from here will join others from around the world, and you will be launching the largest aerial battle in this history of mankind. Mankind! That word should have new meaning for all of us today. We can't be consumed by our petty differences anymore. We will be united in our common interests. Perhaps it's fate that today is the 4th of July or 6th of September, and you will once again be fighting for our freedom. Not from tyranny, oppression, or persecution, no, but from annihilation. We're fighting for our right to live, to exist. And should we win the day, the 4th of July will no longer be known as an American holiday, but as the day when the world declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanquish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day. Bully old chap. That's English for those of you. Oh, yes. Mikita, here we are. We are reading. It's wonderful to see you here, my friend. You've missed some selections from Mr. Frost and our good friends at the Twitch, but you are still here for some more stuff. And wow, this is another fun story. Oh gosh. Oh, that's funny. Oh, this is great. I love it. There's so much. Oh, good old fellow. Yes, correct. Good. Thank you, Makita, for coming to my wonderful place. If I knew how, I would make the music happen, but I don't know. So do 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 do. That's not what the music sounds like. Anyway, the next story, I don't know who wrote it, but it's a very important one. Okay. An elephant makes a big poop. A mouse makes a tiny poop. A one-hump camel makes a one-hump poop. A two-hump camel makes a two-hump poop. Only kidding. Fish poop, and so do birds. And bugs too. Different animals make different kinds of poop. Different shapes, different colors, even different smells. Which end is the snake's behind? What does whale poop look like? Some stop to poop, others do it on the move. Some poop here and there. Others do it in a special place. Grown-ups poop, children poop too. While some children poop on the potty, others poop in their diapers. Some animals poop and pay no attention. Others clean up after themselves. These poop by the water, this one does it in the water. He wipes himself with paper, then flushes it down. All living things eat, so everyone poops. These are wonderful, wonderful, I tell you. Ooh, I just spit everywhere. That was terrible. Anyway. Yes. That was true. That was the cinematic masterpiece, Everybody Poops. Because you know what? Everyone does poop. Some poop here, some poop there. Some poop in their underwear. Someone poops somewhere, probably. Ooh, this next one is a wonderful one. Excuse me. If you don't know this one's pretty fantastic. This is a nighttime story. Maybe we'll put this one on YouTube. So if you're having a hard time falling to slumber, you can simply listen to this story and you can go ahead and get some rest. So let's go ahead and we will read the next story in our selection, titled so nicely and gently, Go the Fuck to Sleep. The cats nestle close to their kittens. The lambs have laid down with the sheep. You are cozy and warm in your bed, my dear. Please go the fuck to sleep. The windows are dark in the town, child. The whales huddle down in the deep. I'll read you one very last book if you swear you'll go the fuck to sleep. The eagles who soar through the sky are at rest, and the creatures who crawl, run, and creep. I know you're not thirsty, that's bullshit. Stop lying. Lie the fuck down, my darling, and sleep. The wind whispers soft through the grass, hun. The field mice, they make not a peep. It's been 38 minutes. It's been 38 minutes already. Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Go to sleep. All the kids from daycare are in dreamland. The froggy has made his last leap. Hell no, you can't go to the bathroom. You know where you can go? The fuck to sleep. The owls fly forth from the treetops. Through the air they soar and they sweep. The hot crimson rage fills my heart, love. For real. Shut the fuck up and sleep. The cubs and the lions are snoring. Wrapped in a big snuggly heap. How come you can do all this other great shit, but you can't lie the fuck down and sleep? The seeds slumber beneath the earth now, and the crops that the farmers will reap. No more question, this interview is over. I've got 2 words for you, kid. Fucking sleep. The tiger reclines in the Siberian jungle. The sparrow has silenced her cheep. Fuck your stuffed bear, I'm not getting you shit. Close your eyes, cut the crap, sleep. Flowers doze low in the meadows, and high on the mountains so steep. My life is a failure, I'm a shitty ass parent. Stop fucking with me, please, and sleep. The giant pangolins of Madagascar are snoozing as I lie here and openly weep. Sure, fine, whatever. I'll bring you some milk. Who the fuck cares? You're not gonna sleep. This room is all I can remember. The furniture crappy and cheap. You win. You escape. You run down the hall as I nod the fuck off and sleep. Bleary and dazed I awaken to find your eyes shut, so I keep my fingers crossed tight as I tiptoe away and pray that you're fucking asleep. We're finally watching our movie. Popcorn's in the microwave, beep. Oh shit. God damn it. You've got to be kidding. Go the fuck back to sleep. End scene. That was Detective Adam Mansbach, New York Times #1 best-selling children's book for adults. Go the fuck to sleep. Go the fuck to sleep? No. Go the fuck to sleep. The recording of this book was done by Samuel L. Jackson. No, it wasn't, bitch. It was done by Look at my go. You're welcome. I may have. What did I may have? What? Oh, the online. Yes. Let's see. Oh, the next thing we have is our good friend. I don't know who put this, but Pete Wells' review of Guy Fieri's new restaurant. All in questions. Wonderful. So we're gonna go ahead and read this review. Thank you, Christopher. I appreciate that. It's going great, Hefty. It's going wonderful. We're now going to read. No, yes, Hefty. We have said nothing that is more than PG-13. Nothing at all. Yep, all PG-13. So we're doing good. Ooh, so this is a review from 2012. This is Pete Wells' review of Guy Fieri's new restaurant, but it's all in questions. So we shall go ahead and read this. I have another book that I think I'm going to read, but I have to hope that it's over there on the thing. Yeah, Ryan, just don't watch the VOD. There's no reason to. Okay. Okay. We should also change the now and next because I am now in the reading part. Next is the other reading part. Just kidding. There's no other reading after this. It's just more fun times. Guy Fieri. Have you eaten at your new restaurant in Times Square? Have you pulled up one of the 500 seats at Guy's American Kitchen and Bar and ordered a meal? Did you eat the food? Did it live up to your expectations? Did panic grip your soul as you stared into the whirling hypno wheel of the menu, where adjectives and nouns spin in a crazy vortex? When you saw the burger described as Guy's Pat La Frietta, excuse me, as Guy's Pat LaFrida custom blend, all natural Creekstone farm black Angus beef patty. Oh gosh, it's the pork loin coming up. I'm sorry. LTOP, or as some say, lettuce, tomato, onion, and pickle. SMC, super melty cheese, and a slathering of donkey sauce on garlic buttered brioche. Did your mind touch the void for just a moment? Oof. Did you notice that the menu was an unreliable predictor of what actually came to the table? Were the bourbon butter crunch chips missing from your almond joy cocktail too? Was your deep fried boulder of ice cream the size of a standard scoop? What exactly about a small salad with 4 or 5 miniature croutons makes Guy's famous Big Bite Caesar salad A, big, B, famous, or C, Guy's in any meaningful sense? Were you struck by how very far from awesome the awesome pretzel chicken tenders are? If you hadn't come up with a recipe yourself, would you ever guess the shiny tissue of breading that exudes grease onto the plate contains either pretzels or smoked almonds? Did you discern any buttermilk or brine in the white meats? Or did you think that it tasted like chewy air? Why is one of the few things on your menu that can be eaten without fear or regret a lunch-only sandwich of chopped soy-glazed pork with coleslaw and cucumbers, called a roasted pork banh mi, when it resembles that item as bad as much as you resemble Emily Dickinson? She's a writer. When you have a second, Mr. Fieri, would you see what happened to the black bean and roasted squash soup we ordered? Hey, did you try that blue drink? The one that glows like nuclear waste. The watermelon margarita. Any idea why it tastes like some combination of radiator fluid and formaldehyde? At, at your 5 Johnny Garlic's restaurants in California, if servers arrive with a main course and find that the appetizers haven't been cleared yet, do they try to find space for the new plates next to the dirty ones? Or does that just happen in Times Square, where people are used to crowding? If a customer shows up with a reservation at one of your 2 Tex Wasabi's outlets, and the rest of the party has already been seated, does the host say, "Why don't you have a look around and see if you can find them?" and point in the general direction of about 200 seats? What is going on at this new restaurant of yours, really? Has anyone ever told you that your high wattage passion for no collar American food makes you television's answer to Calvin Trillin? If Mr. Trillin bleached his hair, drove a Camaro, and drank boozy creamsicles. When you cruise around the country for your show, Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, rasping out slangy odes to the unfancy places where Americans like to get down and greasy, do you really mean it? Or is it all an act? Is this why the kind of cooking you celebrate on television is treated with so little respect at Guy's American Kitchen and Bar? How, for example, did Rhode Island's supremely sorry, I got a little bit of grease in my mouth there. How, for example, did Rhode Island's supremely unhealthy and awesomely good fried calamari, dressed with garlic butter and pickled hot peppers, end up in your restaurant as a plate of pale, unsalted squid rings next to a dish of sweet mayonnaise with a distant rumor of spice? How did Louisiana's blackened, Cajun spiced treatment turn into the ghostly nubs of unblackened, unspiced white meat in your Cajun chicken Alfredo? How did nachos, one of the hardest dishes in the American canon to mess up, turn out so deeply unlovable? Why augment tortilla chips with a fried lasagna noodles that taste like nothing except oil? Why not bury those chips under a properly hot and filling layer of melted cheese and jalapenos instead of dribbling them with thin needles of pepperoni and cold gray clots of ground turkey? By the way, would you let our server know that when we asked for chai, he brought us a cup of hot water? When you hung that sign by the entrance that says, "Welcome to Flavortown," were you just messing with our heads? Does this make it sound as if everything at Guy's American Kitchen and Bar is inedible? I didn't say that, did I? Tell me though, why does your kitchen sabotage even its more appealing main courses with ruinous sides and sauces? Why stifle a pretty good bison meatloaf in a sugary brown glaze with no undertow of acid or spice? Why send a serviceable herb-stuffed rotisserie chicken to the table in the company of your insipid rice-a-roni variant? Why undermine a big fist of slow-roasted pork shank, which might fly in many downtown restaurant if the General Tso's style sauce were a notch less sweet, with randomly shaped scraps of carrot that combine a tough, nearly raw crunch with the deadened, overcooked taste of school cafeteria vegetables? Is this how you roll in Flavortown? Somewhere within the yawning, three-level interior of Guy's American Kitchen and Bar, is there a long refrigerated tunnel that servers have to pass through to make sure that the french fries, already limp and oil-sogged, are also served cold? What accounts for the vast difference between the donkey sauce recipe you've published and the donkey sauce in your restaurant? Why has the hearty, rustic appeal of roasted garlic mayonnaise been replaced by something that tastes like Miracle Whip with minced raw garlic? And when we hear the words donkey sauce, which part of the donkey are we supposed to think about? Is the entire restaurant a very expensive piece of conceptual art? Is the shapeless, structureless baked Alaska that droops and slumps and collapses while you eat it, or don't eat it, supposed to be a representation in sugar and eggs of the experience of going insane? Why did the toasted marshmallow taste like fish? Did you finish that blue drink? Oh, and we never got our Vegas fries. Would you mind telling the kitchen that we don't need them? Thanks. Man, I don't know if you knew this, but Guy Fieri, not too good. Hobo Toes, I hope you get a good rest. Have a nice slumber. We will see you in the morrow. Correct. This does sound like it might be the meanest restaurant review on record. He kind of blasted him. Holy spicolies. I cannot believe that happened. That brings me to the end of my Google Docs document. Let me see. I think that critic thought it was fine. Yeah, that critic was probably kind of a douchebag. So give me one moment while you enjoy the lush books and stuff. I have returned. Have no worries. I lost my pipe. I found my pipe. So, it's definitely mental masturbation. To write a review in all questions is the ultimate slap in the face. Mental masturbation. That's funny. So that is the end of my Google Docs, and that is totally okay because I've got something for you right here in my hand. This is one of my favorite books. I don't know if you are familiar with the author Shel Silverstein. He's a guy who writes books. There's more pork line for you, but he wrote this incredible book called Uncle Shelby's ABZ book. It is a primer for adults only. So we are going to go through and I will show you the pictures and such as we go through. Let's see. Okay. A is for apple. See the nice green apple? Mmm, good. How many nice green apples can you eat? Make a circle around the number of nice green little apples you ate today. There's the picture. Very lovely. B is for baby. See the baby? The baby is fat. The baby is pink. The baby can cry. The baby can laugh. See the baby play. Play, baby, play. Pretty, pretty baby. Mommy loves the baby more than she loves you. Just for you, Hefty. Z. Z is for zoo. It's too high. There we go. Z is for zoo. Let's go to the zoo. See all the animals. The animals are locked inside the cages. Poor animals. Who will let them out? See the elephant in the zoo? Give the nice elephant some peanut shells with pepper inside. That will be a good joke on him. The elephant is mad, but don't worry. By tomorrow, the elephant will have forgotten all about it. The Gaming Morning Show does not condone giving elephants peanuts with pepper inside. I feel like I'm missing a page, but I'm not. They're just thick pages. Poor hippopotamus. The hippopotamus has a bone stuck in his throat and can't get it out. Poor hippopotamus. The hippopotamus has no fingers like you do. Poor hippopotamus. Say, maybe he is not a real hippopotamus after all. Maybe he is really a royal prince that has been turned into a hippopotamus by a wicked witch. And when some person takes the bone out of his throat, the spell will be broken, and he will turn back into a prince again and give whoever did it $1,000,000 in gold and a horse and a castle. See the hippopotamus in the zoo? Woo! Sorry, you can see my bald spot really well right now. See the nice tiger in the zoo? The tiger is peeking out of the grass at you. And say, there is no grass in the zoo. Where are the iron cages? There are no cages. Hey, this is no zoo. This is the jungle. And all those wild animals are loose. And you'd better run fast. Okay, kids. Let's all sing along with Uncle Shelby, shall we? A, B, Z, D, E, F, G, J, I, H, K, M, L, N, O, P, Q, R, S, V, U, T, W, and X, Y, and Z. Oh, how happy I will be when I learn my ABZs. Okay. Not sure what that on YouTube was, but that's good. D is for daddy. See daddy? See daddy sleeping on the couch. See daddy's hair. Daddy needs a haircut. Poor daddy. Daddy has no money for a haircut. Daddy spends all his money to buy you toys and oatmeal. Poor daddy. Daddy cannot have a haircut. Poor, poor daddy. Scissors? Poor, poor, poor daddy. E is for egg. See the egg? The egg is full of slimy, gooey white stuff and icky yellow stuff. Do you like to eat eggs? E is also for Ernie. Ernie is the genie who lives in the ceiling. Ernie loves eggs. Take a nice fresh egg and throw it as high as you can and yell, "Catch, Ernie! Catch the egg!" And Ernie will reach down and catch the egg. You will, if you haven't met Ernie. He's wonderful. See the fingers? Can you count your fingers? F is for finger. Fingers are fun. You can stick your finger into your nose. Doesn't it feel nice? You can stick your finger into the baby's ear. The baby is crying. Maybe he wants his bottle. You can stick your finger into the fire. Ooh, fire is hot. Quick, stick your finger into the mayonnaise. There. Isn't that nice and cool? Print COOL on the mirror in mayonnaise. Aren't fingers fun? Tomorrow we will find some new things to do with the fingers. And now it's time for handicraft class. And this morning, Uncle Shelby is going to teach you how to make your own voodoo dolly pincushion. Number 1. Now, first of all, take your needle and thread and make a rag dolly that looks just like teacher. Now ask teacher for a lock of her hair and paste it on the dolly. Stuff the dolly with straw. Number 4. Now you have a teacher cushion. Stick some pins in it. You can make mommy cushions and grandpa cushions and policeman cushions. Number 7. Do not make any Uncle Shelby cushions. Uncle Shelby presents kids. Clip out this certificate and bring it to your friendly neighborhood grocer, and he will give you, absolutely free, a real live pony. Yeah. Okay, well. G is for gigolo. See the pretty gigolo? The gigolo makes beautiful music. The next time your mommy goes shopping, ask her to buy you a gigolo. She will tell all the neighbors how cute you are, and she will write it into the Reader's Digest, and they will print it and send you money. The gigolo. You know the gigolo. Ask your mom. She knows. Oh, this one is sideways. Oh, God. H is for hole. Hole. See the hole? The hole is deep. You can bury things in the hole. See the toaster? You can bury the toaster in the hole. See the car keys? You can bury the car keys in the hole. See grandma's teeth? See daddy's shoe? See mommy's diamond ring? Oh. Little sister sees you burying things in the hole. Maybe she will snitch on you and you will get a licking. What else can you bury in the hole? Just as a reminder, this was written in 1961. So people used to lick their kids. Go figure. I is for ink. Ink is black and wet. Ink is fun. What can you do with ink? What rhymes with ink? It starts with a D and an R. It's some scotch. This is terrible. K is for kidnapper. See the nice kidnapper? The kidnapper has a lollipop. The kidnapper has a keen car. The car can go fast. Tell the nice kidnapper that your daddy has lots of money. Then maybe he will let you ride in his car. The Gaming Morning Show does not condone kidnapping. It's question time. Do you want to be smart? Ask some questions. Ask daddy why the sky is blue. Ask teacher, where do babies come from? Ask mommy why daddy comes home late from work. Ask. It's a lot of asks. Yeah. We're going to ignore the drawing one because we're not drawing pictures. We're reading stories. J is for joke. Do you know a funny joke? Here's what to say. Once upon a time, there was a traveling salesman who stopped at a farmer's house. See? Daddy looked surprised. Daddy didn't know you knew a joke. And the farmer said, "You'll have to sleep with my daughter." See? Daddy looks funny. Daddy is sweating. And the salesman said, "I don't want to sleep anywhere. I want to know which way it is to Kenosha." And the farmer told him, and he went away. The end. See? Daddy is smiling. That was a very funny joke. Ooh, this is a Christmas story. Oh, no, it isn't. Merry Christmas, kids. And here is Uncle Shelby's Christmas present to you, a shiny new quarter. And I pasted it on here myself. So have fun and buy anything you want. P.S. I hope your mommy doesn't take the quarter off and keep it. M for Mike O. M is for money. Mommy and daddy always fight about money. Money is the root of all evil. See the money? The money is green. The money is in mommy's purse. Take the bad money out of the purse and send it to P.O. Box 42, St. Louis, Missouri. Then mommy and daddy will be happy. Yeah, they will. No, this is not a frying pan. It's not a looking glass. It is also not a ping pong paddle. Stop trying to be a smart aleck. L is for lollipop. Lollipops are good to eat just before supper. L is also for lye. Do you want a nice red lollipop? Go pour all the lye into the toilet. Now tell mommy you have eaten the lye. That is a fib or a little white lie. Mommy will take you to the doctor in a taxi cab. After the doctor pumps out your stomach, he will give you a nice red lollipop. Well, now, all my little friends have been asking me the same question. Uncle Shelby, where do babies come from? Mommy and Daddy won't tell us. Well, never fear, my sweet ones. Your good old Uncle Shelby will tell you. Do you see this animal? Do you know what it is? It's a stork. The stork might be a birdie. The stork might be a fishy. The stork has wings and feet and a beak like a birdie. But the stork brings little babies from heaven and drops them down the chimney. Doesn't that sound a little fishy to you? Maybe you should ask more questions. Maybe. N is for nose. Did you ever hear of Pinocchio? Well, Pinocchio was a puppet who liked to tell lies. And every time he told a lie, his nose would grow longer and longer. Do you think that would happen to you? Tell a little lie and see what happens. Nothing happened? Did your nose get long? No. Isn't it fun not being a puppet? Yeah. O is for Oz. Do you want to visit the wonderful far-off land of Oz, where the wizard lives and scarecrows can dance and the road is made of yellow bricks and everything is emerald green? Well, you can't, because there is no land of Oz and there is no Tin Woodsman and there is no Santa Claus. Maybe someday you can go to Detroit instead. It's story hour. Now it's time to climb up into Grandma's big, soft lap and have her tell you a wonderful story. Don't you love Grandma? Grandma tells wonderful stories. Do you know the story of Little Red Riding Hood? Did you ever notice what big teeth Grandma has? P is for pony. See the pony? The pony lives in the gas tank of Daddy's car. He makes the car go. That is called horsepower. Maybe the pony is hungry. Pour some nice sugar into the gas tank. Ponies love sugar. When Daddy comes home, tell him what you have fed the pony, and maybe he will buy you a cowboy suit. Ooh, this is a good one. Yes, it is. We're not going to do the dog one. We're going to go to the letters. Q is for quarantine. Isn't this a big word? Do you know what this word means? It means, come in, kids. Free ice cream. Yeah, it does. How about that? Free ice cream. R is for red. The fire is red. The fire engine is red. The fireman's hat is red. Does the fireman in the red hat come to your house in his fire engine? No? Too bad. The firemen only go to places where there is a fire. T is for TV. See the nice TV? The TV is warm. TV is funny. The TV is sad. The TV loves you. Do you know there are little elves who live inside the TV? The elves can dance. The elves can sing. The elves can tell jokes. If you take Daddy's hammer and break open the TV, you will see the funny little elves. What will you name them? W is for wish. Do you want to get your wish? When your tooth falls out, put it under your pillow and make a wish. In the morning, the tooth will be gone, and there will be a shiny new dime under the pillow. Okay, now you have 10 cents. How can you get to $3.20? Math. Math, kids. X is for xylophone, because X is always for xylophone. Yeah, that's crazy. Did you learn your ABCs? All right. Now Uncle Shelby is going to teach you a magic word. The word is boo-boo-raboo. If you don't like to wash inside your ears, just say the magic word boo-boo-raboo, and you will never have to wash them again, because they will stay clean forever and ever. Isn't magic fun? Y is for yell. How loud can you yell? This book is for the kid who can yell the loudest. And finally, C is for Cyclops. Isn't Cyclops a funny looking giant? Cyclops only has one eye. Go over and play with Cyclops. Cyclops loves to play. Go stick your finger in his eye and call him One Eye. I will wait all the way over here for you. Surprise! Because you have been good and because your Uncle Shelby loves you, tomorrow you can stay home from school. No school tomorrow. Yeah, boo boo boo. And that is Uncle Shelby's ABZs. Yes, yes it is. Oof. Uncle Shelby. Oh, yes. And with that, my fine friends, Mike Reads comes to a close. I would like to thank all of our friends for adding their wonderful stories to our list. Chris M.E., Ryan, Hefty Goof, obviously, our good friend KJ, other people, Austin, and of course myself. I think K-Laugh requested the terms of service, so thank you, sir. And thank you, Makita, for almost laughing many times. I appreciate it. Well, for now, I must bid you adieu as I go off and gallivant into my big fancy home here with lots of wonderful fancy things. And then I do other things about things. So many things. Boo boo raboo. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. And honestly, thank you all so much. That was hella fun. I'm sweating because this is killing me here. Oof. Look at that. Oh, God. I got it caught there. Well, thank you all for coming to my wonderful, fancy library. It was very wonderful and fancy. Ow, get it off. Okay, the jacket's off. Hey, it's me again, everybody. It's Mike. I don't know where the other guy went. Man, Makita, I almost laughed many times. Thank you, I think. I'm not really sure. But hopefully that was what everyone hoped it would be. And hopefully Ryan didn't see the please to sleep part. Uh, and you know what else is fun? I want to thank everybody also still for hell. Hey, Jordy, it's weird. I'm back, right? The reading guy is gone now. But I want to thank you guys all for coming and hanging out with us. It's been a bunch of times. I know that the stream counter says an hour and 56 minutes, but it's been much longer than that. So we're probably going on with like 14 hours, 15 hours, 10 hours. I don't know. I guess depends where you count it from, right? If you start counting at 9 a.m. Eastern, we're at 13 hours or 14 hours. If you started at noon, we're at 10. Who really cares? It's fun either way. That was a lot of fun. I might have to do that more often. But yeah, and thanks to everybody who's pledged. We really appreciate it. We are having this pledge drive as a way to help kind of raise some funds in order to help pay some of the cost of the show. I don't know if you guys know this, but it costs a couple of dollars, and I have to give a ton of credit and love to Ryan and Sean. Thanks, Jordy. I might be a good audiobook reader. Jordy, you write a book and I'll read it. But anyway, I want to give a big up to Ryan and Sean for being so amazing with the show. They've put up a lot of upfront costs, so hopefully this will help us kind of push through into the new year. I mean, it's not really the new year, but it's kind of the new year. You know, it's like the newish year, maybe. I don't know. Whatever year it is, we're excited to see what it holds. We've made a couple of big announcements. GMS Plays is going to return here pretty soon. GMS Dark is going to be starting up here fairly soon on Wednesdays. And then on the weekends, Christopher M. Yee is going to be hosting a weekend edition show, which we're very, very excited about. So there is a lot of amazing folks who have pledged money today. Some of that money is going to help the Gaming Morning Show, and then 10% of that is going to be donated to Player versus Hunger, which is a charity which helps get food to those who may not be able to get it. So it's an incredible cause. It's really great, and we absolutely enjoy ourselves. If you were not here a little bit ago, Ryan bared his hair for us, and that was pretty good. He has some nice hair. I don't think he gives himself enough credit. You give yourself a nice little brush there, a little comb, and you're doing great. You're winning. Winning, as they say. I don't know who they is, but it's somebody. Oh, look at that. Look, it's Bado is now connected. But thank you guys all for who've pledged. We hit that 750 mark, and the next mark we got is for $1,250. And if we do that, Ryan has to play. He has to go to Fudge Village, which sounds really funny. Makita, you have yourself a wonderful evening. Please go get some sleep. I know that you don't like to sleep, but you should get some rest. But I'll probably see you in about a half hour. So if we hit that 1250 mark, Ryan will play Resident Evil 8. Well, Sean will play Resident Evil 8 Village, and Ryan will sit there and clap and attempt to break Sean's chair, because that's what we do here. We break things, folks. Um, so for now, what we're gonna do is you're stuck with me for a little bit longer. We are going to jump again over here into some GeoGuessr. We are going to play a little ChatGuesser. If you're here with us and you want to play, please feel free to. I'm going to go ahead. If you want to do it too, anyone, but exclamation point CG, you can go ahead. Boom. There we go. You can go ahead and you can put it as we play. All you got to do is figure out where we are in the world. You hit the little button, click, and then you go ahead and you paste it in the chat right here, and it'll be good. But let me get this out. I'm not gonna pull the full thing on because I was wearing a jacket and a scarf, and I have a lizard in here who likes it to be like 120 plus degrees, and so my office is pretty warm right now. I'm gonna be what's his name, Waldo, in like relaxed mode. This is what Waldo looks like when he's just chilling at home, but he wears the hat all the time. So if you want to play along, please feel free. All you got to do is exclamation point CG. When that pops up, go ahead and click the little place where you want, and we'll go from there. But we're gonna start here. We're gonna drop the 3-minute timer just to kind of help push things along. So let's see. We're in a country. I don't know if you knew that. We're in a country. You can guess the country. If you don't want to try to guess too much, as soon as you figure out the country, you can just boop, drop a little stick in the country of your choice. Oh, look, this one has internet, Xbox, photocopies, and then they do impressions. Pretty rad. Oh, Kyle Jordy's here. Whoa, look at this thing. Look at that. That is some bling and a half. Holy moly. But yeah, feel free to play along if you would like to. Don't feel like you have to. I'm going to go ahead and try to actually do somewhat good at this. But guesses are open. Go ahead, exclamation point CG. Once that opens, you can go ahead and you can try to figure out where we are. If you would like for me to zoom in on anything or look at something else, please let me know. Let's see. This guy is some sort of the assembly. Like, what kind of assembly? Ooh, here we have a group of folks. Does anyone have a shirt with any distinguishable features? No, I'm going to guess I have ideas of where we are. Sometimes soccer jerseys will help us figure out where things are, or writing, or just anything of the sort. Dude, this is the point. Like, a little person could totally fit through there, right? Totally cool. Ooh, they got fireworks and some candy. They are ready for a good time. Oh, here's some meta right here. This is a helpful one. Kyle guessed. Kyle, 3485. That's not terrible. Not terrible at all. It's a little midway, a little mid through. Yeah, if you guys are looking for the rest of the schedule, we are going to be here for another a lot of hours. So go ahead, check out gamingmorningshow.tv/anniversary, and that'll get you a list of all of the cool things that we have for you, all the things that we're doing, everything that is coming up. Kyle, can you call this number for me and ask them where they are? Be much appreciated. Just kidding. But look at look at all this right here, right? This is all farmland. It's all farmland way up, too. I know that this is somewhere high. Take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow. Oh, look at those. They're plants. I don't know which plants they are. All right, Kyle, it's me versus you, buddy. Let's get this done. Can someone change the thing to ChatGuesser or GeoGuessr as well? I don't know how to do it. Copia was doing it really good before, and I should have paid attention. But I'm not good at that. Well, we haven't seen anything that you could cheat with. Looks like the timer's up. I'll give anyone that wants to a couple of seconds in order to get their thing in here. And then Laura lives here. Yeah. I have to put the puppies to bed. Something like exclamation. Hold on, I can find this. Ready? Twitch command to change game. With the game chat command, just set the gate name. I can be anything. Oh, there we go. Or Chris and me can just do it. No, wait, what? Chris and me is undefined. Thank you, Christopher. Explore the world. They added that in there. That was pretty fun. All right, so I'm gonna open up this map. We are in South America. You can tell just by the hilliness of it. Here, I'll try to go to where was that area? That was pretty open. We'll go over here. This is a pretty high spot. You can see how hilly and trainious it is. Also, a big one too, right? Is the yellow license plate. South America is big with the yellow license plate. I'm not 100% certain, but I think that it's Colombia. So it is. It is Colombia. Okay, I was just a little far off. It's right on the Colombian-Ecuadorian border. But for those of you who are here, hey, yellow license plate usually means Colombia in South America. Number two. Letter number 2. Okay, so Galaxy Property Group, Taylor Blinds. Wonderful. Ooh, we've got some palm trees. I feel like I've seen this one before. This looks very familiar. Let's jump over here. We'll take a look at the license plate. We have the elongated white license plate, so that tells us something. I don't see the blue on the end of it, though. So it might not, for certain, be country, we think. Oh, there's a pretty big telltale hint right there. If you're watching, right here is a pretty big hint that tells us where we are. It's a tricky one. Freeze cold drinks. Uh-oh. Oh, I guess it's up here too, maybe. This will kind of give you a little bit of an idea where we are. But it's interesting, though, because I thought this country had square license or like rectangle license plates, not these big long ones. But who knows? We have a minute and a half, just about a minute and a half here. Please report my driving. Well, that's kind of lame, right? That's rude, man. Another big thing that they have here that gives away this country, one of the metas, as they call it, right, is all this metalwork, all these, the high steel fence with the spiky things on top. You can see a lot of these industrial places have these. Excuse me. What is this? Oh, let's do some aviation, I think, maybe? No, it's not aviation. It's just a fun thing. It's just fun. Yacht for property. Oh, Kyle with the 4928. Coming in hot. 45 seconds. Need premises? Buy that place. Valoot Boot. That was the name of my band in college. Valoot Boot. Just kidding. 3 Cube. Okay. Oh, Yacht Street. Excuse me, I yawned. That was very uncalled for. Let's see. We have 20 seconds, but I'll give Chris a few extra seconds here to get your guessing if you have a guess. Give it a little thingy here. Western and pack.co.za. Excuse me, I burped. No, you're fine. You're fine. Thank you, Mr. Emmy. We're gonna go ahead and close. Then we're gonna open this guy and we're gonna fly over here. I think this is where we are. Could be wrong. Oh, so close. So close. It was one of the 2 big cities. So .za is South Africa. Norway. Good guess. Too tropical for Norway. But anything .za is South Africa, because in South Africa your S's are all Z's. I don't know if that's true, but there you go. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'll turn on the old timer-oni there. I'll put that back. That tried to get away from us. Here's a creepy box thing. Before you put, is that Bigfoot? Hey y'all, it's Bigfoot. That's all right, Chris. No worries. My bad. Elansas Torvind. Torvind, I think, might give it away. We'll go this way. We'll take a gander. What are those things? What in the hell? Maybe this guy makes like hunting stands? Or they have some sort of weird thing going on there? I couldn't tell you. For all those who are here, thank you all for joining us in this 24-ish hour stream. By the time all is said and done, we'll probably have been on the air for 24 hours, assuming nothing crashes or anything crazy happens. Speaking of crash, I would not want to crash out here because there's literally nothing. Literally nothing. I think they're hunting stands, Kyle. Oh, maybe? Because here's one just like on the side of the road. I'm assuming it's a hunting stand. I don't know what you're gonna hunt next to the road. Oh, it's something weird. Yeah, it's lifeguard. I mean, honestly, Kyle, you wouldn't be wrong because out here, you're sure as hell gonna need a lifeguard. Look, they've even why pave? There's nothing here. You got a minute 18. There was a city named Torvind, Torvind. I think that gives it away for me. Good guess, Kyle. Good guess. 3091, not bad. A little under 900 kilometers away. Here's another little house. Wherever we're from is obviously snowy. Okay. It's obviously snowy because they have these metal, drastically sloped roofs. Got about 40 seconds. Chris with a solid guess. In the right country. Interesting. You're in the right country, but you're super far away. I think this is a grinding wheel. That's kind of neat. Or used to be a grinding wheel. I'll use it as a grinding wheel. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Seconds. Here's another one of these things, right? Yeah, I'm thinking these are hunting stands because this is, yeah, look at this. This is right on a game trail where these power lines are. So this is where deer are going to go. Dr. Chick with the guess. With the 25-15. Not bad, not bad. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the timer. And I'm going to go ahead and close guesses. I don't know if I know where we are. It looks like Scandinavia, right? Torvind makes me think of Scandinavia. Maybe Finland. We'll think about Finland here. But it could also be just over here. Could be Sweden, could be Norway. I'm gonna go with Finland, right? And I'm gonna go to like there. And I'm gonna guess. And I'm gonna be wrong. I knew it. You son of a butt. Dr. Chick, no, I kind of got it too. It looked very, very Russian, right? Kyle and I had the same thought. Chris was in the right country, Sweden. But look how big Sweden is. That's so funny. I think you should get more points for being in the country, right? That's crazy. All right, next. Let's go to here. Okay. Well, this is this place. What the hell? Okay. I'm not really certain what we're looking at. Looks like some sort of torture device. Oh, it is Christmas. Look, here's some Christmas lights. Yeah, Merry Christmas. Jesus Christus. Yeah, here's some Christmas things. Selamat Natal Tiresias. Ooh, let's see. That might be a big hint right here. Let's see if we can get over just a tiny bit. Of course we can, but let's zoom in on this. What does this say? Saint Gregory Aquinas doesn't have like a name though. All right. We'll keep moving here on this festive holiday season where they're building things. Okay. Oh, there we go. There's some language. If anyone's a languagey person, if you know language stuff. Great, Kyle. Yep. It's a hunting stand or a lifeguard. Every country we go to is now a lifeguard stand. Oh, let's see. We got Polizzi. Subhara. That's Polish, I think. But we're obviously not in Poland. Oh, wherever we are, they've got some military running their stuff here. There's a bunch. There's this dude checking his Tinder. He's like, "Hey, man." There's some really cool architecture here. Check this out. It's with bamboo. So I think that kind of gives away a little bit about where we are, right? But that is really, really neat. And they got all these bird houses, bird feeders or whatever. Maybe they're wind chimes. And then they've got this. Look at this. Look at this structure right here as compared to this. Like, and I know this is just being constructed, but look how primitive and small these look. And look how gorgeous this is. That's crazy. Let's see. Let's go over here. Take a gander. Oh, there's some stuff. Natal. This all means Christmassy things, I think. You got about 20 seconds to get your picks in. That lady moved. Kaka Harep Dubuka. Sounds about right. Pecori, St. Gregory Sequine. Okay. I haven't seen a whole lot of language that's not English. So, or not, so this one's a little confusing. I'm not fully sure. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to close this. And we are going to take a peek. I think we're Southeast Asia, right? Where? I don't know. That's the problem. Maybe Papua New Guinea? No, we're not in the Philippines. We're not in Myanmar. Maybe it's Malaysia. See, Malaysia has, well, Malaysia doesn't have the writing. Let's try Malaysia. What about Kuala Lumpur? Does Kuala Lumpur have? Oh, we're gonna go to Kuala Lumpur. Ready? And kabling! Dang, so close, so close. So I guessed Malaysia. Where did Okay. All right. I see. It's not Singapore. Singapore's right there. We got I like Christmas Island. Get it? Kyle gets it right there. We also had to guess over in Indonesia. Or just the right country, wrong place, right? So Indonesia, but it was just there. I was very close. I think same idea. Go team! Here we are. Okay. There's a sign. Let's go to the sign. What do you say? Las Lajitas, La Estrella, Pichanal. If you cover the side, it says anal. Anal. It means butt stuff. There's a man on a tractor right here. He goes vroom vroom. Vroom 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 went to something. So it's a Spanish speaking country, right? This one. Destroyer Sanares es Darito. Darito. Where is your pito? Doesn't make any sense, I know. I like that they kind of blur out the sign, but then you get close and it's right there. Circle sin molester los Dimas. Okay. Pretty self-explanatory. Take a look at some of the countryside real quick. It was very pretty. No tears. I knew there wouldn't be a tear. But it is a very pretty area, right? And keep driving. Keep driving. Drive with me. Keep hiving. No, it's not hiving. Okay, hold on. Excuse me. We're going streaking. Ooh, here's Highway 60. So Kyle, wherever, yeah, there you go. Wherever Kyle's cheating to, you could have figured out what highway we're on. See, I'm at a loss. I don't know if we are on in I'm not gonna say. I keep forgetting. You don't want to help anybody. 1 minute. 1 minute, folks. You can't race each other. No street racing on this road. We're gonna go down here. I want to get like near one of these freaking cars. Come near me, car. Let's see. I think there's like a rectangular license plate. Yeah, that's a rectangular license plate. I don't think we're in the States. Dr. Chick with a very a good guess. Dr. Chick with the Dr. Chick with the guess. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Driving, 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 driving. Ooh, what was that sign? There was another weird little sign over there. This guy's on the wrong. Why are you on the wrong side of the road? Wasn't he over here before? I'm really confused. Time's up. Last guesses, last licks, as they say. I don't know who says that, but they say that. Let's see. We'll take a couple quick. We'll just go here. I'm gonna cheat a little bit, or try to cheat a little bit. I don't think I can though. Yeah, that doesn't tell me at all. So we're gonna close the guesses. I'm really at a loss. So I'm just gonna kind of default out to. We'll try here, right? Is there a Highway 60? No. You know, those signs are not American. I don't think. The little, like, the red one with the dot, it looks very, it's probably South American, is what I would guess. You know what? Just because. We're going to go to Bolivia. Right there. And the correct answer is, holy crap, I was close. It's Argentina. Kyle comes in with the 4797. And it looks like, yeah, Chris and Dr. Chick were along the same lines in Mexico. It was close. It was good. It was a good guess. Yeah, those road signs did not look familiar at all. These road signs also do not look familiar. I don't see the 60 anywhere. That was weird, right? Yeah, those were very not American. So you blame the streamer for not finding. There was nothing there. Kyle, you get to pick. You get to pick what happened. What do you want to do next? Do we want to do some more we can do some more diverse world. We can do regular world. We can go to the US. We can do the dumb test. We've done that. That one's not cool. An urban world. US cities. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I don't know what any of those are. Finish to a smooth ceiling. Chris M.E. throwing shade. Here's a learning world. Map containing locations that have some common clues or typical landscapes to help identify. Linguistic world. World cities with a big population. An impressive world. Indoors around. That sucks. Indoors around the world. Same category. Let's go diverse world. While we're going, thanks everyone who is in here. If you would like to pledge, always feel free. The latest pledge came from Play That Song. I don't know who that was, but thank you. That was a $10 pledge. I am not sure. Oh, I see things moving. I see things moving. Play That Song. Thank you for the $10 pledge. I'm guessing that is for Sean to play that song in the memorial thing. You guys see this? Screen's moving. I think the computer's haunted. All right, let's go back in here. We're gonna start the game. Good freaking! This world isn't very diverse. I'm gonna say that. They keep giving us the same gosh dang worlds. Let's see. There's this. Oh my god, this girl's like 10. She has like this fancy motor. Oh, it's like a fancy Vespa motorcycle. When I was 10, I was walking down the street. I remember when I fell, and my mom said, "Get up." There's a whole bunch of beverages. There's some Pepsi and not Pepsi, Coke, and some other things. There's some yummy things. We're gonna try to satiate Chris on this one though. Triple X. This is a porn truck, apparently. We have to satiate Chris, everybody, and get some figure out where everything is. Excuse me. Here's a bunch of dudes who are running things. I'm assuming this is gonna help. Map chart. This map may be out of new locations. No, this is a diverse world, Chris. So there's literally like thousands, which is funny, right? Because we keep getting like the same five locations. So there's literally like 5,000 locations in a diverse world. But I don't know if there's just something wrong with the logger mabobber who's Jordy, thank you so much with the pledge for $10. I believe you get some stuff. What can you get, Jordy, for $10? You can get you can add a song to the Sean Superphonic Memorial Super Gig. I believe you can also get a voicemail from me and something else. I forget what the voicemail recording is $9. Gotcha. $10 gets you you can add a song to the thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So the Sean Super Memorial Gig thing. This says we have 45 seconds. We'll play a little loose. Which direction did we come? We came from that direction. So let's go this way. That sign said the country we were in, I think. This one does not say it. It's more of a region, right? Okay, that one's all blurred out. What about this guy? Here we go. Ruma Makan Setter Hana I am Goring Ekan Bakar. Couldn't have said it. Look at all this stuff they have. I mean, honestly, this stuff looks delicious. Give you an idea, some people who are here. Dr. Chick guests. Yes, Master Jordy, you get stuff. You can add a song to the Sean Superphonic Memorial Super Gig. Do we change stuff? Single donations. Yeah, that looks about right. Ryan can correct me later. That's fine. It started over again. I'm gonna give you a few more seconds because I got delayed. It said where we were, like literally said where we were. So there's that. Coalitas. Starts with an I, ends with a Donesia. This gives a little bit of an idea. Not a whole lot of diversity in who runs for office here. Good and gravy. Chris M. Yee with the 4780. Holy moly. We're going to go ahead and close the timer and close guesses for the moment. We're going to open this guy up right here, and we're going to go on in. Jordy, you can definitely get in on the next round. Yeah, sure, we're going to go right here. No, we're not. Yeah, we're going to go right there. That looks good. Yeah, I bet the sign probably did help. 252 miles. Not bad, not bad. We were definitely in Indonesia. We had a couple of Philippines guesses right here, so we weren't super far off. All right, let's see. Okay, here's a new one. Interesting. Okay. Uh, Esperance Marine Constructions for sale. Okay, this is has a very a feel, a certain feel. Let's go up this way, see what we can find. But this is going to be one of those tricky ones. I guarantee it. We're all going to think it's one thing and it's going to be something else. Watch. You just watch. Keep going up the road, see if we can't find any signage. They've got direct TV or cable or something, right? Oh, what's this? What is this? It's the post and a payphone. That throws a curveball at us, doesn't it? There's some signs up here, so let's check out what these are. The Risley Cottage Country Accommodations, kilometers. This is for backpackers and stuff, so I don't think we're in the States. Here's a sign. Oh, that might give it away. If you're watching right here, this might tell you, we just find it. Visitors by appointment only. You have to be you have to have an appointment to get it. Oh, and look at this. This is neat. The sign right here says give way. Yeah, which is nice because usually it's just like a sign without anything. Here's some cars. This car pulled over. I always think that's funny. When these cars pull over for people going by. There's numbers. I don't know what that is. Here's another sign. For details, call that number. Starts with an 03. Kyle with the good guess. I don't think this one shouldn't be too hard. There's a bunch of sheep. Bah. Lady K's not here, so I can do that. No. In about 13 minutes here, we're going to do another giveaway. Chris M. Yee. Hoof. Not too far. Not too far. I think after this round, after the game, we're probably going to take a little bit of a break so I can make a tinkle. And Ryan will magically appear, or Sean, or one of the two. And then we'll give away some stuff. And it'll be fun. You were close. You were very, very close. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to turn off the clock. I'll give you just a few seconds for final guesses. You guys are 20 kilometers apart, so everybody was in the right country. Everyone's over 4,000. So that's a big one. All right, guesses are now closed. We are going to head down here to Oceania. And we're going to look for, I don't remember what that one said, but I think it was Lessel or something, right? We're gonna give it a quick once over, see if I can't figure out. If I can't, that's fine. Well, you know what? The country will be enough. So we're gonna go ahead. That's a great lake right there. This is such a great lake, y'all. It's so great. I'll go over there and we'll see where we are. Latrobe. That's where they make Rolling Rock. Whoa, I was way off. It was down in the south. Everybody got the right country. We all guessed Tasmania, thanks to that sign that says Tasmania. But here we are. We were down in between Staff Bane and this other place. So good job, Chris M.E. with the first. GG's. All right, guesses are now open. Oh, this gives us Nordost. It's the one where we get stuck. I hope this isn't where we get stuck. Just a bunch of words. You want to learn to rock? Learn to rock. Probably not, right? Oh, so here's another clue. This is we're leaving the town of Voznaz. Bye bye, Vosnas. There's you can buy something right there. That's a very region specific sign. There's a turtle, a dead turtle in the road. According to that sign. Not really. Gonna go. We're not gonna. Oh, nope, I can't. So over here, it looks like there's a big building. So let's go over to that big building. Remember, if you want to see something, feel free to type it, and I will try to find it. No promises, no guarantees. Ooh, look at all this stuff. There's a sled. You guys want to go sledding? Some bikes. A ladder to the roof. Or something. It's something. These are some cute little houses. Probably not a super snowy area because they don't have those things. All right, let's see if we can get somewhere that has anything other than nothing. So we saw a couple of whatchamacallits. A few houses. That's nothing. Let's see. So here we go. So we got the white license plate with the blue on the end. So that should be an indicator. If you don't remember, I'll remind you after the game. Don't you worry. Don't you worry, your little heads there, you know? Here we are into the wild blue nothing. Excuse me. Oh, what? What? Dr. Chick. Dr. Chick with the 5K. Holy spicolies. With the 5K. Man. What a plunk. 27 meters away. Dr. Chick. Nice. Oof. Wow, cracked. Cracked. 30 seconds. That's incredible, ladies and germs. Incredible. I can't believe that's awesome. Dr. Chick over here, like, I have no idea how that happened. I could never have guessed. That was one heck of a plonk, Dr. Chick. Timer is closed. Well, last guess is in. We're near That's right? It's close. Pretty close. Dude, Dr. Chick with the plunk and a half. Oof. Guesses are closed. Let's head on into Europe. My guess is gonna be. Oops. I don't even want to guess. Dr. Chick with the Jeez, oh Pete with the killed it. I'm gonna go right here. Oh, not even close. Look at this Dr. Chick figure in Denmark. What? Look at that. Dr. Chick is cracked. How did you even figure that out? That is so incredible. Great job, Dr. Chick. Go. Look at that. She was what, 27 meters away? Look how close that is. She was just right up the street. Great job. That is fantastic. Round 4. Put the timer on. Here's the sun. I can't see anything now. Thanks, sun. Here's this sign. Oh, let's see what we got here. Anything helpful in this guy? Not entirely. Okay. Let's go this way, see what we can see. Let's see, what's this sign say? Porta del Parco. I think I might know where we are, and if we're here, I'm going to be really upset. So here's the license plate with the blue on both sides. I think Chris might know where we are. Ponte Porta del Parco. I don't know why I just turned Irish for a second there. Apologies. Bosco. Lago Santo. Calistano. If you remember, I know Dr. Chick wasn't here for it, but there's a certain country that has those two. That has the long white license plate with the blue on both sides. Laghetto Eva, Isla de Baganza. So we seem to be in a pretty mountainous region here. Not near the water. Oh. Progetto Comunità Aspiratus. There we go. He might give you a little hint there. Kyle, something for you to Google. Oh, that's funny. Policia. It's the police. You can see there's that sign again. The European signs are pretty distinct. We are in Europe, I can definitely tell you that. We are in Europe. Yeah, but just under a minute here. The Passo Sisa, Parma. I think it's a pretty foregone conclusion what country we're in. Costa. I'm having fun not cheating right now. Can you believe it? I don't believe you for a second, Kyle. Just kidding. I believe you, Kyle. I think you're telling the truth. I think you're having a good time, Kyle. We're having fun. Dr. Chick with the 4481. Very nice. Very nice. High five. Yeah. 4888. Just a guess. Totally a guess out of the blue. wasn't a Google at all. Oh, Kyle, you're funny. Chris says, Chris M.E. Ooh, with the 4671. Time is up. Very nice. What the fuck? That's fine. It's like 11 o'clock. Nobody fixed it, Dr. Chick. Try now. We're going to close the guesses here. Let's go on over to Italia because we are in Italy. Dr. Chick, if you are ever watching one of these streams and you see somebody, if you see a license plate that's white with blue on both ends, that's always Italy. Where the hell is Parma? Parmigiano. There's Palermo. That starts with a P, right? Excuse me, I burped. Parma. Charquista. So we gotta find like a mountainous area, right? Well, we'll just go like here. Ruffles. Not bad, not bad. Look at that. We were all in the right country. I was a little bit further south than I should have been. Parma was right there to look at me in the face. Very nice, everybody. Very nice. And for the final round of the game, here we are. There's a sign right here that says words. Words on it. Turtles? Turtles? I don't know. It says something. Oh, here's some more stuff. Puta. Is that bad? What? We're doing great, everybody. I didn't turn on the timer, so you get an extra like 30 seconds. So there we go. And see, here's a poem or something. Prius Kellis. I don't know what any of this is. This looks like Latin or something, right? Jonai Petrai. Everyone sounds the same. I'm curious if this is. I thought, was this a flag? It is not. Icky sent the icky. There's the poem again, or another poem. Okay, looks very European. Oh, where'd the truck go? We are in Europe. There's the white plate with the blue on the one side. But where?